housing and included a proposed assisted living and nursing home facility which was never built. The proposal helps fulfill the original intent by introducing similar senior care use in close proximity. The comprehensive plan designates the area as single-family residential, which, while care facilities like this are typically not included in that designation, the proposed use complements nearby senior-oriented housing and services. So the plan development process allows us to apply site-specific standards to ensure compatibility. In this case, the PD will be limited to a single land use, a nursing care and rehabilitative facility, with the site plan shown here. The proposed facility is a single-story building with 110 beds. It will be set back roughly 400 feet from West Austin Street, preserving the existing tree line and detention pond. A secure courtyard and multiple outdoor areas are included for residents, and approximately 80 parking spaces are planned, which is well above the minimum requirement. The applicant is proposing to retain the existing vegetation along the 15-foot landscape, along with the 15-foot landscape buffer along the agriculturally zoned property lines in place of a privacy fence. Staff finds that this approach is appropriate for the setting and potentially more effective as long as the tree line is preserved and enhanced with additional plantings where needed. The site plan will connect the existing public lines along West Austin Street. Sewer service will either be extended from the Austin Hills subdivision to the east through a new utility easement or within the West Austin Street right-of-way. This is the front elevation of the facility. The design is a single-story, residential in character, and intended to fit in with a neighboring senior community. This is a picture of the front of the property from West Austin Street. The picture on the right, you can see the senior center to the left. And then the adjacent senior center, and that shares the PD zoning with the residential subdivision on the right. And here you can see the tree line that is in between the senior center and the planned development. The applicant is proposing to retain this existing vegetation as a buffer. This slide shows the land uses within a 200-foot notification area. Staff sent out 4 notices to property owners within 200 feet and 23 notice postcards to those within 200 and 500 feet. And no written responses have been received. A neighborhood meeting was held at the Recreation Center. One nearby resident attended out of curiosity, but was not opposed to the request. Staff did receive a phone call from a neighboring resident with concerns of increased traffic from the development along West Austin Street. Staff believes that this development plan is consistent with the ordinance, provides appropriate land use compatibility, and therefore meets the conditions for approval. P&Z recommendation and City Council approval would establish the new PD zoning district and development plans for the PD. The last step in the process is a site plan approval, which will focus on a full set of building plans, engineered civil plans, and the detailed building design, landscaping, water retention, and utility construction. And this concludes my presentation, and I'll be happy to answer any questions after the public hearing.
Thank you, sir. Okay. We'll open it up to public comment. Would anyone like to speak on this topic? Please come forward. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Deborah Hunt. I live at 1332 East Macklemore, which is in the Austin Hills subdivision. I think you and I spoke. Okay, thank you. Couple of things that I have concerns with are the sewage. It's the they say to address this, the developer intends to dedicate a utility easement and extend a connection to the existing sewer line located along Eric Drive, which is in the subdivision itself. And then with the adjacent Austin Hill subdivision to the east, so to the east of Eric Street is the main drag, Harvey Austin Drive. It comes in off of West Austin or 2609, and that affects every homeowner there. So I have concerns about that. Anyway, and then, and I'm glad you brought up the first plat, because there was a nursing facility in the back, and there was a hospital that was supposed to be built by the bridge. So, but I don't know, I mean, you're talking about 110 residents, and then I think what I read is there's 80 personnel, working personnel that will be in and out, so I'm thinking it's gonna be split over 3 shifts, so you're looking, I'm gonna say, split it in half, 50-50, you'll have 40 personnel people there as well as 110. And I don't know the sizes of the sewage lines or anything and how much you're gonna have to amend or whatever, but, you know, it'd be pretty harmful to a lot of us in there. And then in part of this, it says duplexes. So I'm not sure where the duplexes are gonna go, or is this an additional after this phase?
Duplexes weren't in the.
Yeah. Okay, hold on, let me find it for you, because I highlighted them. You know, okay. No, I'm not finding it. But they do have duplexes listed on one of these. Yes. Also includes duplex.
Oh, that's the future land use definition, that the future land use is residential, which also includes duplexes, but that's just for future land use.
Well, that, I mean, but that'll still,
That's, sorry.
No, you go ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, please.
No, please.
please,
Here we
somebody.
go.
Basically, if I'm gonna, I think I know what they're
Take
trying
up
to
the
say.
hands.
This is a planned development, so I think we'd have to include duplexes in the planned development.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
They-
so
that-
that's just the encompassment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you so very
You-
much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you.
That's exactly what we're going to say, sir. Plan development is probably one of, very restrictive and governed by the city, so should have a peace of mind with that at least. Would anyone else like to step up and speak? Okay, we'll close it to public comment and open it up for any questions that we may have.
Yep, I do have questions.
I can address her.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
please do, just for the benefit of everyone in here.
So for the first question, which was?
Sewage.
Sewage. They're either proposing, they haven't finalized the details, but they're either gonna propose to come off the sewer line off Eric with a dedicated easement, or along West Austin Street by extending the sewer line along the right-of-way. Those will be hashed out in the site plan.
Okay.
So, and as far as the 80 resident or
Staff.
employees, staff, it was 80 parking spaces.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
Employees.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And yes, I was going to ask Case to come up because the city engineer's here.
Yeah, so I'll just speak to that real quick. Juan's correct in everything he just said. Every development goes through a design phase, obviously, so I haven't seen any design plans on this yet, but it'll be vetted on what the appropriate pathway is. I mean, if there's inadequate, supply, or not supply, but capacity on the existing infrastructure, they'd find either an alternate method for, doing some sort of manhole or something to detain it and release it slower, or they would just find an alternate route, out to, West Austin or someplace like that, so. We're not gonna allow a issue to be designed that overloads an existing infrastructure. It'll either be accommodated elsewhere, or it'll handle it the way it is, but, we're not gonna flood out the neighborhood with sewage, so.
Thank you, appreciate that.
That's great, thank you. Thank
Hopefully
you so
that
much.
addresses your
Yes.
concerns. Okay.
Very much, and thank you too.
And I know they're a resource. If you have questions, I'm sure they don't mind you reaching out just to understand the process, so,
And I was given that impression when I spoke.
good.
And I will also say that 215 does a lot of commercial real estate, and they do engineering and architecture, so they do tie all of that in, speak heavily with the city engineer, so that all of that is going to be remedied before plans actually gets, finalized. It also has to be pre-approved again before it actually goes through.
It says fall 25 is when it's supposed to start, and I was like, man, that's long.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else I'm sorry. Any other questions for city planner, anyone? Okay. All right, well, I'll entertain a motion.
Actually, I'm so sorry, I
No,
do have
no,
another
please.
question. Traffic, when we're talking about, 21 is supposed to come through there, right? I mean, not 21, 69, the corridor, that's one of the exits. Have they conducted any type of studies on traffic and flow and how that's going to be accommodated?
Mike New, Executive Director of Development and Infrastructure. So on the west side of Austin, that's the connection to future I-69 corridor.
West side, okay.
They're still in the process of purchasing right-of-way. So other impact analyses on each of those intersections, they still haven't conducted those in full yet. Specific to this property, our code does not require or spell out processes for traffic impact analysis on particular development projects. Traditionally, and Case can either back me up or confute me on this one, it's engineer's discretion. So if we identify a particular development at a location that we think may be an issue or create other traffic impact issues, we'll ask the developer to conduct a traffic impact analysis, considering that much of that West Austin does not have quite the impacts of, say, a North Street or University Drive. At this point, we haven't identified whether that's necessary, although considering it's a TxDOT road, we will be communicating with TxDOT to determine what their interest is and facilitate that with the developer.
Okay, that's great. I know that it doesn't impact our decision on this one because of the engineering and city planning and the ordinance restrictions and everything. It's just one of those things where I'm thinking about it, our future land use, all the development that's actually coming up there with Pearl Street and Austin, with that apartment complex, and now with the facility that will be housing a lot of cars that are coming through. So I do believe that's something to just discuss, put on the top of our minds. And we will continue to keep discussing it, obviously, because TxDOT will be in conversation with you.
And thoroughfare planning is definitely on our radar in engineering. It's not something we've done citywide, a citywide thoroughfare plan, but that certainly comes into play when we're considering some of the growth projections of SFA and
Right.
some of the other development interests. We don't want to ignore that aspect of it.
Great.
Because it's all going to impact other intersections that are already busy.
Right, okay, thank you.
We'll probably be in a senior center playing bingo by the time that's done, so. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, sir. Any other questions? Okay, we'll close and open up or entertain for a motion.
I vote to approve the PD plan.
I second.
Do we need to read out anything specific on this one? It's not an SUP, so just as it's presented? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say same. Okay, thank you. Moving on to 5B, consider action on a subdivision case SD 2025-02 regarding the Macias preliminary plat for 2 parcels of land approximately 5.68 acres plus or minus in size, more particularly described by the Nacogdoches Central Appraisal District, parcels 11204 and 72589, and generally located east of the US 59 North, approximately 1/2 mile south of the intersection of US 59 North and US 259 North. I'll turn it over to you, Mr. City Planner.
Thank you, Chairman, Commissioners, Juan Paulette, City Planner. So this property is located within the city's extraterritorial jurisdiction, or the ETJ. and is just south of Highway 259 intersection and consists of 2 lots totaling approximately 5.68 acres. The site fronts North Street and is served by city water. All lots will be on private septic systems according to the county health regulations. The property is currently developed with 2 residential structures, and no new streets or utility extensions are proposed. The preliminary plat shows the creation of 6 lots ranging from approximately 0.67 to 2.77 acres. Each lot meets the minimum lot size requirement of half an acre for the installation of the septic systems. All lots will be accessed directly from the existing street. Staff finds that the preliminary plat complies with Chapter 90 of the subdivision ordinance. The plat meets applicable requirements of lot design, street frontage, and utility service. Since the subdivision is in the ETJ, no zoning standards or building setbacks are applied, and the city does not review building plans. And this concludes staff presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions. I'll turn it back to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll open up to public hearings. Was there anyone that would like to address? Oh, this is
Yeah,
not,
this
I'm
is the
sorry. Gosh,
preliminary
boy, I
plat.
am losing, I need back training wheels on this, doing this. Any questions or anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Entertaining.
Yep, make a
Motion.
motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say same. Okay.
I think this one we're just.
I need to go
gonna
back
table.
to remedial. Moving on to 5C. Consider action to appoint 1 Planning and Zoning Commission member to serve on the City of Nacogdoches Zoning Ordinance Subcommittee.
Yes,
Was that you volunteering?
sorry. Would you like to say something?
I guess you're finished reading it. Mike New, Executive Director of Development and Infrastructure. This has been tabled a couple of times. It's really been hinging on council's scheduled interviews with board and commission applicants. They've conducted those interviews. They're prepared to take action, but that will not be until August 19th. Next Tuesday, they'll announce their appointments for planning and zoning, zoning board of adjustment, a couple of other ones. At that time, we'll know what our full group of planning and zoning commissioners is. And presumably, I think that was our target, was getting that new group in place and then reappointing for that subcommittee position. So you're welcome to make a decision tonight. You're also welcome to table it yet again. But ultimately, I think our goal would be having the full group of commissioners here to kind of discuss who would they want on the subcommittee, in addition to Commissioner Z.
Yeah.
Thank you, I agree. So
Yeah.
I make a motion to table this once more.
So we will table
refuse-
the
I refuse
recommendation
to
to
second
table
that.
until the next regular meeting.
Correct.
Correct.
September 8th is our.
Yes.
Do we have to vote on that, Jerry?
All
I
those
think
in favor,
Yeah, it can, yeah, let's.
Yep.
or need a second? You seconded
Second.
it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
It's
opposed say
unanimous.
same. All right.
All right.
Moving on, thank you, sir. Moving on to 6, future agenda items. Commissioner may inquire about a subject on which notice has not been given. Statement of specific factual information or the recitation of existing policy may be given. Any deliberation shall be limited to a proposal to place the subject on an agenda for a subsequent meeting. Is there anything else that my fellow commissioners would like to have on there?
I have nothing.
Nope.
If not, we will adjourn. So thank you.
Thank you.
5:23.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.